How is it going, guys? Thanks a lot for joining me for another couple beer reviews. Gonna be looking at another couple hazy IPAs that I picked up this weekend over at a Sherbrooke Liquor out in Edmonton, Alberta. Was there this weekend, had a bunch of great beers, went to a few really good restaurants. If you're ever in Edmonton, you owe it to yourself to check out Sherbrooke Liquor. They got something between like 1,500 to 2,000 beers available to buy there. So really fun store, great staff. They got a growler bar. They do crowlers, stuff like that. Just a fun time. So gonna be looking at two beers today. Again, hazy IPAs from Bridge Brewing out in where is it here? I believe Vancouver, or North Shore, Vancouver. I've been really into hazy IPAs lately. I just love the style, just huge hop bombs. And I heard that these two beers were really good, so definitely had to pick them up. Start out with the Side Cut Northeast IPA. It's brewed with North Shore water, pale malt, oat malt, flaked oats, caramel Vienna malt, acidulated malt, and then the hops are Topaz, Citra, Columbus, and Centennial, and they're using a London Ale 3 yeast. So, sounds pretty awesome. Let's get this one cracked, poured, see how it is. Alright, the appearance on Side Cut Northeast IPA. It's definitely a New England IPA. That is haze for days. It's got that big East Coast juicy kind of character. A little bit more dark than I would expect in a New England IPA, but it almost gives like a peach juice kind of vibe to it. I mean, that looks fantastic. 2 fingers of a fluffy, frothy, almost creamy, meringue-like kind of off-white head. Just looks awesome. A bit of carbonation up the sides of the glass there. Let's get an aroma. Oh, wow. Wow. It almost reminds me of like something like watermelon. It's got this really nice melon kind of aroma. Yeah, like cantaloupe, maybe honeydew, that kind of thing. But of course you're getting that huge basil, green, herbaceous kind of note you get from these New England IPAs. You get this big grapefruit kind of thing, but really nice subtle melon and like a tropical fruit kind of aroma. Really nice like melon kind of characters to it. Really digging that. But the main thing in this one is just that huge New England, herbaceous, dank, green kind of character, you know. Huge, like, herbal, garden herb kind of thing. Basil, I'm getting maybe hints of, like, parsley, if it makes sense. Mint, stuff like that. Yeah, and then just big waves of grapefruit. It smells fantastic. The aroma isn't quite as... it doesn't jump out quite as much as other ones I've had, but that being said, this is an amazing smelling beer, and I cannot wait to try it out. So let's do that. Cheers. Really good IPA. The mouthfeel is fantastic. Right away you're getting this nice sharp kind of carbonation front and sides of the tongue there. The middle of the tongue, it goes like into this creamy, chewy, soft kind of bready texture, you know. Really nice. They nailed the mouthfeel on this beer. This is really damn good. Yeah, that is great. That is really good. Flavor-wise, right away you get this nice bitterness. Again, those herbaceous garden kind of herbs, you know, but this piney, resinous, hot resin like bitterness right away, but not overwhelming at all. It's almost like biting into a grapefruit, the grapefruit peel. It's got a slight numbing kind of characteristic that lingers for a bit, but really, really good. I mean, it's not overwhelming bitterness at all. The main thing is like this really sweet, like mandarin orange, grapefruit juice, these beautiful tropical fruit and melon kind of notes in the background there. But yeah, as a rating on Bridge Brewing Side Cut Northeast IPA, really, really damn good. Really digging it. Great flavor to it, amazing mouthfeel. I have a couple complaints. There's this slight numbing kind of sensation on the tongue from it. It sounds bad, but it's almost like brushing your teeth and then having a glass of orange juice. That slight numbing sensation, yeah, that minty kind of thing. But that's being said, it's only slightly muted, It's still big, big, big flavors to the beer. I'm just nitpicking at this point. The mouthfeel. I gotta give it to them. They just nailed the mouthfeel to this beer. It's just fantastic. I could drink this all the time. Super crushable. 7%? 7.3? Like, I wouldn't guess that at all. Yeah, really, really, really good beer. So as a rating, I go like a high, A minus, right around there. Let's go 93 on this beer. Really, really good. If you can, check out Side Cut. Great beer. Yeah, gonna move on to the Fuzz Milkshake IPA. And we are back with the Fuzz Milkshake IPA. It's coming in at 6% alcohol by volume, 40 IBUs. They're using pale wheat, flaked oats, caramel, Vienna, and acidulated malts in this beer, along with lactose, Magnum, Citra, Amarillo hops, and peach juice, and London Ale 3 yeast. It actually is pretty much the exact same recipe as I use for my own house IPA, homebrewed IPA. So pretty cool. Yeah, this sounds fantastic. Yeah, can't wait to try it out. Pours a really juicy, a little bit darker orange kind of color. It looks more like a West Coast IPA, but with like tons and tons of haze. It's got this nice glowing kind of sensation to it. Half a finger of a off-white yet creamy, half a finger of off-white kind of head. But yeah, let's get an aroma. Very vanilla forward. Tons of vanilla. Get a bit of almost like a, I want to say like a graham cracker. Huge peach aromas. Getting a little bit of hoppiness, but this one smells a lot like cheesecake almost, like a if it makes sense, like a peach cheesecake, something like that. It smells really good though. Very sweet. It smells like a dessert beer for sure. Cheers everybody. Yeah, really, really nice mouthfeel to this beer. Once again, I love the New England mouthfeel. It's just really creamy, decadent, but still has that crisp kind of carbonation. Dry finish, once again, maybe a little bit too dry. But yeah, really, really good flavors. Super sweet. Great, like, excuse me. Yeah, huge peach notes. Big sweet peach, some tart peach. It almost reminds me with those malts, with that like a graham cracker kind of maltiness to it. It almost reminds me of like a peach cobbler and like a vanilla cheesecake, like that kind of thing. It's got this really creamy, yeah, like straight up. You get a lot of that lactose. The lactose is definitely a big player in this beer. Yeah, straight up like a peaches and cream kind of vibe. It's like peaches and cream everything, It's really, really good. Beautiful beer. It'd be a great beer to get people into hoppy beers with, because there is still that little bit of like a grapefruit pith kind of hop. But yeah, very peach and vanilla forward kind of brew. So really, really good. As a rating on the Fudge Milkshake IPA, I think with this beer, I would like a little bit more hoppiness to it, honestly. It says IPA, and this is more like a peach beer with a bit of hops, you know. But yeah, really, really good. Super juicy. Great beer. I think almost anyone could get behind this brew, and it's just a really pleasant beer to drink. Super crushable, too, for its strength. So, yeah, as a rating, I go like a B+, A-. Let's go 90 on this beer. Really, really damn good. Definitely worth picking up.